PragerU, they're back on their bullshit. We're back again. Now, we remember PragerU. They've had a lot of problems with the left indoctrinating children. So they've decided to start taking a stab at it themselves. Now they want to start indoctrinating the kids. Because it's not fair that the left have all the fun. Dennis Prager needs to get his demented, perverse little ideas into children's susceptible brains. But in truthfulness, I haven't watched this, so I don't know if it's going to be that bad. And I also don't know, I don't know if there's too much of an issue with Adam Smith necessarily. I looked into some, a little bit of his shit, obviously, but I mean, he's the father of economics, specifically capitalism. So yeah, let's go ahead. We're back again with I always want to say Lilo. With Leo and Layla. Yes. Take us on the adventure. I might have to turn off my webcam for a sec so you can see it all. Take me on this adventure. Financial Times. Big tech in the not so invisible hand. Okay.
This is so unfair.
What the fuck was... Why does Layla always sound like... Remember last time she was horny posting on the timeline, on the main? When she was like, he's so handsome. Imagine just playing that isolated. Is this a kid's show?
This is so unfair. How am I'm gonna be the only... I can't believe they... What? I can't believe Mom and Dad. All my friends are going on a beach trip next month that costs $100, and Mom and Dad are making me pay my own way, even though I told them I only have $10 left in my purse. No.
Oh, the acting. I guess the acting hasn't improved. You know, sometimes, you know how sometimes really good shows like The Pilot is kind of shit? You could have done that, PragerU. You could have... You could have.
Nice. Maybe this will teach you some financial responsibility.
Whatever, Leo. That's what...
What is this talking? What?
Whatever, Leo. That's what Mom and Dad said. You think you're so smart. Remember, I'm your older sister. Don't...
You think you're so smart just because you once time traveled and met Ronald Reagan? Shut the fuck up, Leo. Also, what is Leo over here talking about financial responsibility? I thought what are these logical inconsistencies here? Hold up. Last time, Leo was saying, I don't want a job. I hate work. I don't understand, dude. Now, all of a sudden, he's over here lecturing us on personal responsibility, financial responsibility. Well, excuse hypocritical Leo over here.
No, I told them I only have $10 left in my purse.
Nice. Maybe this will teach you some financial responsibility.
Whatever, Leo. That's what Mom and Dad said. You think you're so smart. Remember, I'm your older sister. Don't you lecture me on financial responsibility.
Well, I was just reading about the father of economics, and I think he can help you.
Who is economics?
Economics isn't a who, it's a what. And it has...
So now he's the smart one in this one? Okay.
And it has to do with things related to making and saving money. This guy invented the economic system that we use in America. It's called capitalism.
I need to make money fast. Let's go learn about capitalism. From its dad?
Well, we'll have to go back in time to Scotland. That is where Adam Smith was from.
I've always wanted to see Scotland.
Maybe we'll see the Loch Ness Monster.
And they just appear in front of him? Not even at his house? Damn. Maybe he's going up here to think about stuff, maybe? I don't know.
Hello there, laddie and lassie.
I'm Leo, and this is my sister, Layla.
Yes, yes. And you're from the future. And you're studying for an economics test. Crivens. You future kids in all your tests.
No, not exactly. We are from the future, but...
So I guess in Lilo and Lilo world, or what the fuck ever, it's time travel is just a common thing? That's cool, alright.
from the future, but my sister here needs to make $100 pretty quick, and we thought you could help.
What is the music?
Why didn't you say so? Let me tell you about capitalism. Before I came around, people believed that there was a set amount of wealth for the entire world.
Oh my god, I totally know.
Wait, I was too distracted by the jamming guitar. Can we go back?
Wealth for the entire world.
Oh my god, I totally know what wealth means.
It means money, that things you have, you know.
Kind of surprised that the kids show would say, oh my god, actually. I'm actually a little surprised by that, to be honest.
Like how many things you can buy.
I was totally gonna say that, Leo.
Before capitalism, people believed that more wealth for one meant less for others. This type of economic system limited trade, led to violence, and made some people really rich and most people really, really poor. In capitalism, if everyone focuses on making the best products and services, the wealth of the world is limitless. Even
Okay.
if they're just
All right. So obviously we're not going to get a fuck ton of nuance here. I don't know how far they're going to go into this. I don't know if he's going to say something that's going to better work with this, but generally speaking, like, you know me, like I'm more or less okay with capitalism. I think that monopolies aren't good. I think that regulation could fix a lot of our issues with capitalism. You've probably seen me on my stream, like, arguing with people. But you have to acknowledge that there are market failures also. Like, of course. So this complete and entire free market approach, just, it doesn't always work. It works a lot of the times, and it is a more or less good and stable system, but there are also going to be market failures there too. And Adam Smith, if I'm not mistaken, and correct me if I'm wrong, guys, but if I'm not mistaken, I believe that he was a big believer in like a pure free market, like virtually no regulation or as little regulation as possible. But yeah.
focusing on themselves, everyone will benefit. Their own self-interest will lead to more happiness
I'm
and
sorry.
more peace.
The music, I just can't. I feel like I'm at like a youth group meeting.
So, greed is good.
No, Leo. Self-interest is different from being selfish or greedy. It means doing what is best for yourself will lead to rewards for everyone.
Right. This is the like philosophical thing, if I'm not mistaken, of being a rational actor. So like in economics, the belief that we are all rational actors is really, really important. Like that philosophical component philosophical component is really significant when evaluating like how economics work. And that's because so what it means when we assume that people are rational actors, that means that we're assuming that people are going to act in economic senses, right? They're going to act in their own self-interest, more or less, which is true. They're acting rationally, or to perfect it, right, means that they perceive their actions to be rational. That obviously doesn't mean everyone's making rational decisions, but they might believe it to be rational. So it's kind of the main belief that everyone is like going to try and make a decision that ultimately benefits them, and in doing so, it might benefit others as well. The animation sucks. Yeah, the animation absolutely sucks. I told you, it looks like they ordered a Disney cartoon from Wish.
If you're a generous and helpful person, you'll be rewarded with friends. If you run a business that is honest and fair, your reward will be loyal customers.
And your customers will benefit from loving what you have to offer.
How do you know what is fair to charge? Who decides who gets to make more money or less money?
Excellent question, Layla. No
Are these
person
markets?
decides, and certainly no government does. Fairness is determined by what I call the invisible hand of the market.
Yikes, invisible hand?
It's cool hearing about this in like a little kid show, because I read about all this before I watched this. I haven't watched this before, but I just read about Adam Smith and everything into it. Yeah, I don't believe that there was much wrong with Adam Smith necessarily, actually.
When people can negotiate freely about what to charge and what to pay.
And it's funny too, actually, because some of this is like, I even argue with people on this, right? Because that like a common like lefty talking point is that people should be paid according to the time they spend working, but that's just not how we determine the value of labor. It's based on the demand, which is ultimately the market. The South Park pilot was better than this, and it was in 1997. Yeah. I see you, chat. Okay, I know. What else does that invisible hand do? Lol, ha ha ha.
So no one should force you to pay more than what you want?
That's right, Leo. Now, what type of business are you going to make?
People might pay to hear me sing. La 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 la.
Or we can pay you not to sing.
PragerU, man. Have they hired some comedians over here to whip up some funny humor in here? Because that, oh man. Layla. Sometimes you can be a real knee slapper. Let me put this back up. Hold on. Layla. Oh, Leo.
Any other ideas? Layla?
We do have 2 giant lemon trees in our backyard that are blooming right now. I have $10 for other supplies. We could have a lemonade stand.
That's a great business idea, Layla.
Yeah, but Layla, there's already a lemonade stand in our neighborhood. Kenny and Karen have theirs 3 blocks away. Won't they get mad?
Under capitalism, competition is goods. The invisible hand naturally guides competing businesses to improve the quality of their goods and services.
Okay, so this is correct more or less, but not in broad, like in every instance. And this is, hold on. Where the fuck is my stuff? Here we go. So there are some areas, right? And this is why I'm a social democrat, because there are certain areas where there are market failures. And I found this really interesting article, kind of long, but I would recommend checking it out. It basically gives some point-by-point examples as to what would constitute a market failure. So one of them would be, for example, the seller knowing more about the product than the buyer. And this was called the lemon problem. And that was basically what would happen would be the seller, like a car seller, right, would be aware that the car was a lemon, like a bad car, and because they knew that information and the consumer didn't, they would be able to charge more for that car than they wouldn't, they otherwise more or less wouldn't have been able to make had the consumer understood that the car wasn't in good condition, right? That's a good example as to where the market can fail. But you know how we fixed that? I believe we've already fixed this with regulation. That's how you fix it. Information. So a classic economic example is the lemon problem. In the market for used automobiles, information asymmetry occurs when sellers know more about what they are selling than consumers do. The consequence is that buyers may unknowingly purchase cars with defects at a higher price than they would have been willing to pay if they had information about the defects. Today, warranties and online information services such as Carfax for the auto market help address these problems and mitigate the lemon problem for consumer. Okay, so hold on, maybe I'm wrong. It doesn't look like there was actually regulation here, but this actually is a good example because it looks like more or less the market responded to this. So that's good. Again, we want to see the market determine things more so. We don't want there to be unnecessary regulation, but there are certain instances here. I can link this in, I guess, in my chat, where there are just market failures that need to be addressed via regulation. So the general point is true, but it's also like, I mean, PragerU isn't going to be honest about that because they're like hardcore shilling for capitalism. Like they're not actually over here. Like they like capitalism because they're paid by people that are like, you know, billionaires and everything else. People that kind of exploit the system and don't want regulation, right? They're kind of shilling for capitalism. Whereas I think that it's important to recognize that capitalism does a lot of things right, but I also recognize that there are certain instances that regulation is absolutely necessary.
Ken and Karen act in the best interest, they won't get mad. They'll try and make better lemonade than you.
Let's go make lemonade, Layla. I'll get lemons from our trees, and you use your $10 to buy the other supplies we need. Bye, Mr. Smith.
Goodbye,
Dude,
kids.
wait, kids, yo, can we go back? Fuck. Guys, we don't want to scare it away. It's the sickness monster.
Need. Bye, Mr. Smith.
Goodbye, kids. Good luck.
So you had to go through the fucking time travel to ask him that when you could have just Googled it? I assume if you have a time travel app, you probably have Google in this universe also.
2 more lemonades.
People are loving our lemonade.
This is the best lemonade in town.
How
I
much
thought
longer?
I hated work, but this is great. I'm gonna have more money than I've ever had.
Oh,
You're-
wait. I guess he's changed his opinion then. Is he a fucking grifter? Leo the grifter.
You're gonna have money. This is Layla's lemonade. You're my baby brother, and you're helping me get the money for my beach trip.
I'm no baby. In fact, I'm your employee. And if I'm not making any money, then I'm out of here. I could be researching stocks and watching the global markets. Bye.
Wait, Leo, don't go. Oh no. What have I done? What am I gonna do? I'm going back to, what was his name again? Oh, Adam Smith.
It's not over yet. You mean we have to go back in time again? Can we go back in time to when I didn't watch this cartoon because of how fucking dreadful it is?
Hello, Layla. How's the lemonade stand going? Where's your brother?
Mr. Smith, the stand was going good. I don't really like talking to all.
Mr. Smith, my little brother fell out of a tree and broke his arm, and my parents couldn't afford the medical costs, and it caused a huge infection, and he died. What should we do about this?
the customers, but I was making good money. The big problem is that Leo walked off the job, and now I'm all alone.
That doesn't sound like Leo. Why did he leave?
He got upset that I wasn't paying him. I thought he was just helping me get to my goal, but he wanted some of the money.
Ah, sounds like Leo acted in his self-interest.
Yeah, I guess so. I need $100 fast, but I need Leo's help too. What should I do?
Bosses have to pay their employees and give them benefits. Pay too much, and your business will fail because of lack of profit. Pay too little, and you'll also fail because your employees will leave. It's the invisible hand that will lead you to the right decision.
I think I know just what it will take to get Leo back.
Maybe paying the kid instead of having your child slave? Did you think about that, Layla?
And make sure he's a happy employee. Capitalism's a really good system, Mr. Smith.
Thanks, Layla.
I like how they threw that in. And you have to provide benefits as well. I wonder if Adam Smith believed in any of that. When it came to work, people were fundamentally lazy. If you want people to work, he argued in his classic book, The Wealth of Nations, you have to make it worth their time. And if you do make it worth their time by paying them a decent wage, what they actually do... Wait. I'm not sure I'm understanding this. Free trade, okay, yeah, for the most part. Opening the markets up to domestic and foreign competition... People's natural self-interest would promote greater prosperity than with the stringent government regulations. That's the thing, is it's such a sliding scale, right? Because it's like, yeah, you don't want to have a whole fucking planned economy. But on the flip side, like we already talked about, you need regulation sometimes.
If you practice...
He wanted to pay people as little as possible. Well, that's what all, like, when you think about it, like, what you're, when you go to get a job, right? That's what you're doing. You're more or less like negotiating how much you're willing to make, and you want to get the most possible. You want to make the most money for the least amount of work possible, and they want to pay you the least amount of money possible to get you to do the most amount of work. And you're supposed to come to an agreement there. Granted, sometimes, especially now, as inflation and everything else has risen, people aren't being paid fair wages, or at least not living wages, even if they're working 40 hours a week. And that right there is an issue.
my teachings and have good lemonade, you, Leo, and your customers will get what you want. When done right, everybody wins with capitalism.
Okay, bye again.
Goodbye, Layla. Enjoy your
And
work.
what happens if it's not done right, Mr. Adam Smith? What happens if it's not done right, PragerU? Just a single spark plug, just...
And enjoy the reward of your beach trip.
I see the luckiness monster!
This is so much fun, and we're making so much money.
Thanks for coming back to work, Leo.
Yeah, I bet you're all excited about the money you're making, aren't you, fucking Leo the grifter? Get out of here. Little stupid bitch.
You made me an offer I couldn't refuse. 30% of the profit, the business named after both of us, and stock options when we go public.
I'm going to have enough money to go on as many beach trips as I want. What are you going to do with all your money?
Bitcoin.
Was that a
If you're
joke?
interested in time traveling
Wait, did he just say Bitcoin? Oh, God.
with Leo and Layla again, please subscribe and watch more of their adventures. And be sure to download the free PragerU app today.
No, Adam Smith. Capitalism produced you bastards. You PragerU cucks. That right there's a market failure. He literally said Bitcoin. Hi, dude. PragerU is hard to bear with, especially their kid shit. Thankfully, this one wasn't really that, like, wrong. It was just so painful to watch.